We are so excited that you've chosen to take a Theory Practice Service Learning course at Oxford, or TPSL. The TPSL program has been at Oxford for over 2 decades and continues to produce great student work. It's important to underscore that TPSL is not volunteerism. It is a living laboratory that provides you an opportunity to practice what you are learning in the classroom. Because of this, TPSL is a partnership between Oxford College and local Newton County community partners. It's an exchange of invaluable real-time experience for service. We're truly serving one another. Because of this, you should treat TPSL like a lab component of your course. In order to satisfy your TPSL requirement, you must complete 18 hours at your service site. This means you will complete 2-hour weekly shifts over the course of 9 weeks. Keep track of your own hours. Your community partner will also keep a record of your hours, but it's a good practice for you to keep a record yourself. You could do this by taking a picture of your timesheet every time you sign in. TPSL is an academic component of your course. Your community placement is part of the academic grade for your course. Please see your course syllabus for more details. The community partner will evaluate the number of hours you complete, as well as feedback on your performance. They evaluate you at the halfway mark and at the end of the course. Because you will be representing Oxford College in the community, it's important to make sure you maintain professionalism. Make sure you're dressing appropriately, as you would for a job. Some sites have very specific dress codes, so make sure you respect those. Avoid pajamas, workout clothes, flip-flops, clothes with holes, etc. Many sites are very strict about this. For example, Clements Middle School has a very specific dress code you should follow. Another component of professionalism is appropriate behavior. Make sure you're present and attentive at your service site. This means that you shouldn't be on your cell phone or chatting with classmates. Make the most of your time in your placement. If you're not sure what to do, ask. Don't just sit and wait for someone to come to you. Start a conversation with a student. Take notes on your observations. Dig into your service placement. Make sure you're checking your Emory email regularly for updates on your placement. You're responsible for all information that you receive via email. For example, if a placement is canceled due to inclement weather, your Emory email account is where you will be notified. It is important to maintain professional boundaries at your service sites. Don't share or exchange personal information with clients or students at your site, such as email address, phone numbers, or social media handles. This is important to protect both you and the student to ensure that your relationship maintains a professional standard. Finally, an important part of professionalism in TPSL is punctuality. The vans will not wait on students. Make sure you are on time for their departure, and you must also be on time at your service site. We provide transportation to all service sites. Professional van drivers will depart from the Fleming Transportation Hub. You'll receive a transportation schedule prior to the start of your placements. You are also able to drive yourself to your placement. When you fill out your placement form, you will indicate this. This is an example of the transportation schedule from last semester. As you can see, it's very detailed, and each van goes to multiple service placements during each trip. When you receive the schedule, please look through it very carefully and make sure your name is in the right location for the right trip. Please note that there are no excused absences for TPSL. You're responsible for completing your full 18-hour requirement. If you have to miss a placement, you will need to arrange your own makeup placement. Speaking of makeup shifts, they should be very rare. If you need to make up a shift, please follow these steps. Number 1, check the transportation schedule for shifts available at your service site. Transportation is not guaranteed for makeup shifts. Number 2, obtain permission from your site supervisor to make up the missed shift on the date you've selected. Number 3, notify Rhiannon Hubert of the approved makeup shift. As mentioned before, service evaluations are completed by the community partner at the midterm and end of the semester. Site supervisors are given the opportunity to provide feedback regarding your attendance, professionalism, level of engagement, and overall performance at your placement. Your faculty member will receive this feedback, and it will factor into your grade accordingly. TPSL handout contains a timeline of important dates for the semester. Please add these dates to your calendar so you know when your placements will not take place, when you'll start placements, and when the last day of your placements will be. Your handout also contains a list of community partner placements. I'm going to go through those placements quickly right now, but please note that we are always trying to add more partner placements. This list is not definitive and may change. Apple Tree Prep is a daycare program that serves children that are infants through 4 years old. Students placed at Apple Tree will help care for and play with children enrolled in the program. Clements Middle School is a local public middle school in the Newton County school system. Students placed at Clements will be mentoring, tutoring students, and aiding teachers. Elks Aidmore is a residential program for struggling adolescents. These students are typically aged 12 through 17. Students placed at Elks Aidmore will mentor and tutor other students. Flint Hill Elementary is the local public elementary school in Newton County school systems. Students will also be mentoring and tutoring students as well as aiding teachers at Flint Hill. Newton County Senior Services is a daytime program of activities for local senior citizens. Students placed at Senior Services will help coordinate and partake in activities. The Montessori School of Covington is a local Montessori school that serves ages 4 through 8th grade. Students placed at the Montessori School will help with classroom activities, aid teachers, and be immersed in the Montessori philosophy of education. Mainstay Academy of Newton County Public Schools is a program that serves students with high emotional and behavioral disabilities. Students placed at Mainstay will primarily be responsible for mentoring and tutoring students. Project Renewal is a domestic violence intervention shelter that primarily serves female residents. Students that are placed at Project Renewal will get to speak with residents, help with upkeep of the facility, and learn about the operations of a domestic violence shelter. The Willing Helpers Food Pantry is a local food pantry serving families in the Newton County area. This pantry is connected with Solid Rock Baptist Church. The Washington Street Community Center is an after-school program for Newton County students aged 5 through 14. Students placed at Washington Street will help with tutoring, mentoring, and daily activities. Finally, The Spot is a tutoring and mentoring program in the local court system for juvenile offenders. Students placed at The Spot will also help with tutoring and mentoring of students, as well as other administrative tasks. Some placements require background checks that require social security numbers. If that placement requires a background check, it will be indicated on your handout. Apple Tree Prep requires fingerprinting as part of their background check. Please note that there are plenty of other service sites that do not require this. You will select your TPSL placement in an online form. The form will open Friday, September 1st at 8 o'clock a.m. Please make sure you double check your schedule that you do not have any conflicts for any of your TPSL placement times. Check your other course syllabi for things like field trips, out-of-class testing, screenings, etc. Your TPSL time should not change from week to week. If you are in 2 TPSL courses, try to choose a placement that fits both courses. If there is not one placement that overlaps, check with your professor to see if you can have an exception to the placement options. You will not complete 2 placements for 2 courses, but rather 1 placement that fits both courses. Here is an example of the TPSL form that will open on Friday. When you log in with your NetID and password, you will see a drop-down menu of all the placements available for your course. Choose the placement you're interested in and you will see all the available time slots for that course. Once the time slots are full, those placements will disappear. If you have a tight schedule, make sure you log in right away and try to choose the time slot that will work best for you. TPSL is a very rich and rewarding experience. However, there are a lot of details and logistical information that you need to stay on top of to ensure you're successful. Throughout the semester, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to Rhiannon and Hubert at rhubert@emory.edu.